everybody. This is Michelle with Creative Operation, and I am here with the hashtag Merry Makers Christmas Craft Collab, and I have a card tutorial for you this week. So if you are new to this, we are doing a 4-week-long collaboration with a bunch of very talented artists, and I have the links down below in the description box so you can go check them out. So this is week number 3. We are doing cards, and I came up with a design I think you might like. I made a couple. We'll make one. So this is also a tutorial, and I'm going to show you some kind of different ideas that I came up with this design. It's really absolutely super easy to make, and I think you're going to enjoy it. And there's a lot that you can do with it. You can kind of play with the design and put your own spin on it. I think you're going to have a lot of fun with it. I am using the collection Santa's Workshop. This is a Cartabella / Echo Park paper collection that was done in 2018, and I've had it in my stash for a long time. This is one in the pre-collab video that I said I was going to use for some of the tutorials. And I'm working through that pack that I had, and I think I might be able to bust it by the time this is all said and done. But I'm going to make 4 cards out of it today, so I want to show you about this card. So this card, I'm not really sure what to call it, so I'm just calling it a Fun Flap Christmas card. And it's basically, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so it's a standard size card. And I'm just using some green cardstock that came in the kit that the paper collection came with. It was actually, I think it was a page kit that I was supposed to use it for, but I didn't. Anyway, I digress. So anyways, I used it for this collection. So let me show you. This is let's see, which one was the first one that I made? Let me double check. It was this one. This was the first one that I made. So, playing with the design, this was the first one I made. So it's, again, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And it folds out like this, then it folds out like this. So you have a really nice place to write your sentiment. Lots of places where you could put stickers. You could even put some photos here if you want to send like a picture to grandma and grandpa or something like that. This has a really nice place to do that. And I just love the fact that it uses pieces of the pattern paper. So this is a really good stash buster too if you don't have a lot of pattern paper or you have smaller pieces, because you can use your papers up. So on this one, I, did the flaps like so, put the stickers in here. I backed the sticker on a piece of the cardstock there. And then the tree is a sticker that I backed on cardstock and then just tried to fussy cut it out. And then on the tree, there were ornaments, and I went through my stash and I found some rhinestones, some of the doodlebug gems, and then some flatback pearls, and I just put those on the ornaments or on the sticker just to give it a little bit more dimension. And I tried to use different ones for the different colors just to make it look like there were different ornaments on the tree. Then I tied this ribbon around it, and I just kind of glued it down so it wouldn't, pop off the card. And this one I did kind of wrap around the back of the card. So again, the back is plain, and it just opens like so. So it will set, on your shelf and, your mantle, whatever, however you want to display it. So there's the first card. Then the second card I was making, I decided, was that the second? No, this was a second card. I'm getting myself all confused. Okay, so this was the second one I made using this design, and I varied it a little bit. So this one, the ribbon, I did tie around, except for I didn't tie it around the card. I tied it around the pattern paper that I used on the sides. I did put Santa Claus on here, but I popped him up with some foam dots. I did that with a tree as well, but I didn't back him with cardstock. And then I did find a white flatback pearl for his hat. And it opens up like so and like so. But then what I did was I glued this side here to create a pocket, and it had this cute little Rudolph tag. And so I just had a little piece of ribbon. I stapled it to there and then just kind of tucked that in there. But you still have a really nice spot to write your sentiment. Added a sticker there, and voila, that card is done as well. And then again, the back of this one is plain. So then, so that was my second one. So we've got one without a pocket, one with a pocket on the side, and then we've got my third card that I made. So this one I was starting to run out of some papers, but I really also wanted to use this cut apart that was in the collection. So I backed it on a piece of the pattern paper. I did put a rhinestone for Rudolph's nose. And then I also did add these sticker snowflakes on some foam dots just to kind of give it a little bit more dimension. On the sides, instead of using pattern paper, I used this border stickers from the collection, and I just put those on the sides. So I thought that turned out really pretty. Really nice way to use up those border stickers. And then I just did them flush with the card so that I didn't have to worry about trying to, you know, cut them smaller size and stuff. I just put them on there and then cut it off. So then this opens up. On this one, I put a sticker on this side that says Merry Christmas, and then it opens up, and I used a little piece of the border sticker that was left over, and then another sticker of the gingerbread man. What's different about this card is that the variation is that I took, this particular pattern paper had borders in it on one of the papers. And so I cut a piece of that out and I glued it on 3 sides. So you do have a pocket that you could, you know, just tuck a gift card or something like that in there, or maybe some money if it's for kids, or, you know, whatever you wanted. I just used my envelope punch to create that little pocket notch, and, you know, there you go. So that's the 3rd variation of this card. So I have one more variation that we're going to do today, and I just had some ideas about different things that you could do with this card, because, you know, really, honestly, there's probably way more ideas that you could use to make this card. So let's get started with the tutorial. It's really super simple. To make the base of the card, you just need 3 pieces of cardstock. And I will show you how to score these. It's really, really easy. So the first piece that you need is a piece of cardstock that's 5.5 by 4 1/4. And then that's the base, the back of the card. Then you just need the 2 for the doors, or the flaps, that are 4 1/8 across by 4 1/4 tall. You need 2 of those. And then on each one of those, you're going to take your bone folder and you're just going to score at 1 1/8, okay? So 1 1/8 inches, you're just going to make that score, and you're going to do that with both of those pieces. And that's all you need to do. The other thing I like about this is that you could go through like your scraps of cardstock and create this card with that. Now, this cardstock that I have is really thick. I think it's at least 100 pound, if not 110. So I am folding it both directions just to make sure that, you know, they open nicely and all that. It's very, very thick. Okay, so we have our 2 pieces, and then this is basically all you're going to do is glue 1 to each side of this card. And that is it. That's how you make the base of this card. And then it's just a matter of the decorations. We'll go through that. So I'm just going to add a little glue here, and I'm going to put this right to the edge on the sides here. Okay. And then glue that down. And get glue all over my desk while I'm doing it. Okay. Just make sure everything's nice and lined up. Okay. Other side. Very simple, very easy to make. I was having fun with this, making these cards. So I'm going to turn this over and just glue that one down too. Make sure that everything lines up. I'm also in the process of crocheting and knitting hats for my grandkids. Got a lot of stuff going on. Been busy today. Got a bunny rabbit hat done today. That was kind of fun. If you guys watch the hashtag Crafty Goals, I will be sharing those hats on the Crafty Goals, so you guys can see that. So anyways, this is the card base. That's it. That's all there is to it. Very simple, very easy, and that's it. And like I said, I love the fact that you could use scraps of cardstock, and you don't really need to, you know, you don't have to have like a full card front because you're piecing it together. Okay, so then to decorate the front, so I picked the pattern paper for the sides. Those are going to mat those sides. And these pieces are 1 minus a 16th by 4 1/8 minus a 16th. So I just kind of backed off a little teeny bit more on my measurements because I wanted to make sure that I had a really pretty border of the cardstock all the way around. So you'll need 2 of those. So I just lined these up to 1 inch and then backed it off a 1/16 of an inch, okay? And then that just gives you that nice little border right there. So you just glue that down. And you could use score tape, you could use, you know, ATG, whatever, you know, adhesive you want. I'm just using glue because that's what I have out right now. Been working on my design team project. I'm making a prototype and I've been working on that all day too, and I got that fixed and I am super excited about how that one's turning out. Okay, so then let's see, on the front, I'm going to do the front last because it'll be dimensional. I'm going to open this up and then we have this panel here. So I cut a piece of paper to go with that, and you'll need 4 pieces this size that are 2 7/8 minus a 1/16 by 4 1/8 minus a 1/16, okay? So that's that. Usually what I do when I cut pattern papers and stuff is I cut it, you know, like 1/8 of an inch smaller than the piece it's covering. Sometimes on cards I go 1/4 of an inch, but I kind of went in between that, and that's where that 1/16 of an inch comes in. So I hope that makes sense. So there's that. Then I'm going to open this up. We're going to cover the inside. All right. So on this particular one, I took the top of the paper that, oh, gosh, I can't talk. The pattern paper in the pack had kind of a diorama, a full 12 by 12 page diorama of Santa's, you know, North Pole village. And so I just took the top part and cut it so that when you open the card for this one, you get kind of the whole thing. You get the elf dormitory and commissary, you get the Santa's manor, and you get the toy factory. And then back here, you've got abominable snowman peak. So again, these are the same size on the sides as the one I just shared with you. This middle one is a little bit different. This one here is 3 1/8 minus a 1/16 by 4 1/8 minus a 1/16. Okay, so I'm just going to glue those down now, and then when you open this card, you'll have kind of that diorama of the of Santa's manor, which I think is kind of cool. So it's kind of a different way to do this card. And then I'm going to show you, we're going to actually do something on the back that's a little bit different. Okay, so let's go ahead and put these on and then we'll get that done. I mean, this card is so easy, and you can see, you know, there's all kinds of different ways to do this. Now, the one thing I didn't say is if you want to make this side into a pocket, when you glue it down, instead of gluing that whole piece of the flap down, you just glue on 3 sides. And then that's how I made that little tuck pocket. I forgot to tell you that. But I bet you already figured that out anyway. I didn't make an extra pocket. I just glued it on 3 sides and made like a tuck pocket. All right, so there's that. And then one more. I do hope you visit the other creators that are doing this. I'm excited to see what they're making. The focus is cards today, so I'm really excited to see what cards everybody comes up with. All right, so you have that. Now it'll close like that. That'll close like that. We'll get to the front in a minute. So we're going to just turn this over and work on the back. So on the back, because I didn't give you really any room to write in here because it's kind of a little picture, if you will. What I ended up doing was taking another piece of cardstock that I had in my stash and cutting it, and then cutting a photo mat, and then adding a few stickers to decorate it, and then that's where you can write your sentiment. So the green cardstock I cut for this is 5 1/4 by 4, and then the white sentiment part is 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. Okay, and then I just added the 2 stickers there, and we're just going to glue that on the back. So that'll be where you could write your message or stamp your sentiment, whatever you choose to do. And we're just going to put that right in the middle. So now I've kind of come up with 4 different ways to make this card. They're all different and they all have some fun, unique little things. So I think that's really kind of a cool thing to do with this particular card. So then on the front, let's finish the front here. So I've got another piece of the pattern paper. So it's the same as that, the same pattern and the same size. Okay, so I'm going to glue that to the front. And then this pattern paper collection that I had, I did have, you know, some of the little ephemera bits and pieces that came with this collection. And again, it was from 2018, so I don't know if it's out there or not. But this one here was a tag, and I did have to shorten it just a little bit. So I cut the tag part off, and I cut the bottom a little bit, and then I used one of my corner punches to go ahead and just, you know, corner round the edges. And then I took a little piece of that ribbon that I had and I just stapled it to there. Put some foam dots on the back, and we're going to just put this on the front. So that'll give that some dimension. Okay. And then we are going to grab my glue. I'm just going to put a little dot of glue on here just to make sure that it stays where I want it. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it a little bit on like the crooked side, just for a little bit of fun, like so. And then I had these cute little snowflake chipboard stickers that came with this collection, and I wanted to use those as well. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put a little dot here, here, and probably here. And then I'm just going to stick those down. They're old, so they're not going to stick too good, so that's why I'm using some glue. This will give it a little bit more dimension too, and I just thought with the snow flurries on the side and everything that would be really pretty. Okay, so that is card number 4. So this one here, no sentiment on the inside, but you do have a space for the sentiment on the back. And then this one here is the one that I did just straight up right in the inside of the card, and you can add photos or stickers or decorations, whatever you want to do. Then I had this one here where we just glued this side on 3 sides to create that little tuck pocket. That would be fun you could tuck a gift card in there. It's big enough to hold a gift card without packaging, of course. And then also it's you could tuck money in there, or, you know, anything you wanted to tuck in there. That'd be cute. And then the last one is Rudolph here. And again, we have the sentiment on the inside, but then we also have the pocket on the back where you could tuck something. So those are the kind of 4 variations of how to make this card. I'm sure there's more. If you think of more, please let me know. I'm sure I could come up with a whole bunch too, but you know, at some point I got to stop. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please go check out the other creators in this group. I think you're going to love their creations. If you haven't seen them, just check them out. There's a list below. And thanks so much again for watching. Now we have 1 more week to go, and then we're done with this collaboration, and then I'll come back and I'll kind of, I think I'm going to do a post-collab video and show you, you know, all of my projects all in one place. So thank you so much. Have a great night. Stay crafty, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.